Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. The other day I had a really interesting idea, and that is I want to try killing bosses throughout RuneScape with the cheapest possible gear. So cheap in fact I'm only going to be giving myself 10,000 GP to buy gear, ammunition, armor, weapons, food, potions, pretty much anything that is involved in killing that boss. I'm going to try to do for under 10,000 GP, which means I'm going to have to find some really budget options for killing these bosses. First up here, I'm going to try Barrows with only 10,000 GP. Now obviously the item selection is going to be extremely important. For Barrows, we definitely need to prioritize magic. Although if we can have a ranged switch, that would be ideal. Okay, now this is the gear that I chose. Now in my opinion, the most cost-effective weapon in the entire game is the Salamander. The item is obtained from Hunter, which means that there are literally thousands coming into the game from one person often. So the item is incredibly cheap. It's only actually 200, 300 GP right now. And what's really awesome about this weapon is it actually has a ranged and magic attack, which is actually perfect for Barrows. The ammunition it uses is also extremely cheap, Hairlander tar only being about 5 GP each. So I already have the weapon and ammunition done for under 1500 gold, which is really awesome. To wield the Black Salamander, you'll need 70 attack, magic, and ranged. Now we don't have enough gold to have 2 armor switches, and as most of you know, the Barrows brothers are extremely weak to magic, which means you don't even need any magic attack bonus to make this work. So what I decided to bring is ranged armor. We're going to be bringing the snakeskin body, the chaps, and the boots, which are all really cost-effective options. Still, we're under 3000 GP, which is good. Now we have 2 untradeable items here, the Aves accumulator, which is worth 1000 GP, and the steel gloves, which is worth 650. And on top of that, we have the amulet of power, probably the most expensive item here, as well as a ring of dueling to teleport out. Not entirely necessary, but I think more realistic. So in total, that's only around 7000 GP, which leaves us another 3000 for potions, food, and anything else we might need. And now for our inventory, I did splurge on a prayer potion 1 dose, which did take up quite a bit of our money. However, I think it might be necessary. If this doesn't work, I can probably get rid of that and take more food or something like that. But overall, that brings our inventory cost to 2.8k, bringing our overall cost to 9983, which I mean leaves us 17 GP to spare. Now for the Barrows run itself, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, so the Salamander has a few different attack styles. If you put it on Blaze, it's going to be using magic attack. If you put it on Flare, it's going to be using ranged. And wow, this thing is actually very strong. The max hit is I think 20 or more with the Black Salamander. Okay, well that was not too bad. The attack speed is kind of low, and I think it's actually different for the ranged style. Now I believe the magic style scales with your magical level. I don't think any of the magic boosting gear makes a difference except for maybe % magic damage. Okay, well there we go. There is Guthan dead. Okay, it looks like we have Krill in the tunnel, which isn't ideal. I think I'd prefer one of the melee brothers in there, as at that point I might be out of prayer because it does take me quite a while to kill these things on average. I think I got kind of lucky on the first one. So my prayer died on Varak, but that's not actually too bad. Last up here we have a Rim, which we're going to go ahead and change our attack style to Flare. And this is pretty much the only reason we brought our ranged gear, and yeah, that's actually wrecking a Rim. Even in snakeskin, we're actually tanking a lot of the damage. It's actually surprisingly easy. Okay, there we go. A Rim is dead. Now I think the best style for me is going to be just using range to kill the critters, as I think the attack speed is higher and it scales off your ranged damage better. Okay, so now we got Krill in the tunnel. We probably want to switch back over to our Blaze attack. Probably going to chuck on some protection prayers for a second here, even though that 1 prayer dose may not be a lot. This is actually going to be kind of close because the prayer is going to drain very quickly here, and we really need to start doing more damage. These wines are not very good, even though they're not draining our melee stats at all. Okay, as long as we get a couple more attacks in here. Uh-oh. I'm not actually sure what Krill's max hit is. We got no more prayer left, so this is pretty much it. There we go. Actually, not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than this. That is going to be a full Barrows run and gear worth under 10k. And that is a run completed. We have now hextupled, if that's a word, our initial investment in gear. And now we can go ahead and upgrade to better and better gear. We used about half of our ammunition, which is pretty damn good. Okay, not just because I think people are going to ask me, can it be done in the orange salamander, which is available at level 50. And honestly, I'm not sure yet. What the Okay, the orange salamander is definitely a lot more visible that you're literally strangling a salamander here. But anyway, the only difference here is it uses marital tar, which is 5 times cheaper. Because of that, I was able to upgrade to the black gloves, although I'm definitely not going to make up for the difference in weapon strength. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. This one will be pretty damn close, I think. Because the max hit is going to be quite a bit less on this one. I'm not actually sure what it is, but okay, we actually hit a 14. That's not too bad. I'm imagining maybe 15 or 16 is the actual max on the orange salamander, but still surprisingly accurate. Now, this weapon is very versatile. However, as you're noticing, you do have to be in melee range, which isn't very convenient a lot of the time. Okay, definitely a bit slower. We're gonna have to hike it out of here as quickly as possible. Okay, so we have Guthin in the tunnel, which is definitely better than Krill in my opinion. Okay, so you are casting a fire spell out of a lizard's mouth. I'm not actually sure where the flame is coming from. Now I think a ribbon is probably good to do last. Probably does the least amount of damage realistically. Okay, we're officially out of prayer points, but these brothers don't hit too much, although we don't have much melee defense in here, and our wines aren't that great. Next up here is Varrock, and there we go. That's the last melee brother dead. We'll probably heal up a little bit before going down to a rim. Bad wine? What? How did I get jugs of bad wine? Okay, well that is unfortunate. This is bad wine too? Like it's even sandwiched between the good wine. Impressive. Okay, we'll go ahead and try to kill our rim, I guess. This may actually be kind of tight in the tunnel. We don't actually have much as far as healing. This is gonna be pretty damn close. Oh my god. Damn, these wines are really not cutting it. Okay, there we go. Our rim is dead, 15 HP, and a few jugs of wine. Only chance is we kill it before our prayer runs out. Otherwise, we are totally boned. This is going to be pretty damn close, although we are hitting pretty damn well on this guy. 36 HP, nothing left in the inventory. Can we get it with the orange salamander? Prayer's gone. Come on. Perfect. That was a bit closer than I would have liked, but I still think we might be able to do a regular Barrows run here. I'm going to make sure I get through to the actual final area first here. And there we go, a Barrows run down with the orange salamander and under 10k of gear. So it's definitely possible, and while when you do have lower magic and range, you won't hit as high, but I think the way it scales makes it still a really good option. And really at that point, you'll just have to do 1 or 2 Barrows runs, and then you'll be pretty much good to go. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm probably going to try to do this with a couple other bosses just for fun. It would be really cool if you could do it with Zulrah, although I'm not entirely sure if that's possible, as the salamander wouldn't work as a melee weapon. But anyway, I'm going to think about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.